What's going on, everyone? It's Colin, back with another video. No, I haven't made a video in a while, but I have a couple videos coming there. They're in the making. Just busy with school and stuff. But so we're back here with another snowmobiling video. I got some big problems with the rear skid. So yeah, we got some major problems with the rear skid, bushings, bearings, everything. A lot of shit's broken. And I thought I could wait till, because I know in my last video I said when I did my crazy overhaul there, I was gonna take the rear skid out. I wanted to do that this summer coming up in the nice warm weather, but unfortunately I was ripping the other day, and then kaboomy, my whole skid just dropped right out. I'll show a photo right here of what it looked like. You can see it's all just completely lowered to the ground. So yeah, I thought at first and you know, the season's just getting really good now. We got quite a bit of snow. We want to do some big rides with some buddies, but no, my machine blows. And also my brother's recoil broke on his machine. I'll try to get a video of that up here too. But yeah, so the season's getting good now, and then the skid blows. So, I didn't really record. I got it out. Now I'm going to go show you what I've been doing. Too bad I didn't record it, getting it out or anything like that. But it's not too bad. Like, it's quite a bit of work, but nothing like serious. I have some parts coming. I'm going to still talk about that. It wasn't actually the shock. It's something else that blew. We'll address that. And then, yeah, we'll go outside. I'll show you what I've been doing and stuff like that. So I'm also making this video too because there's not a lot of videos out there with these older machines. And pretty much, you know, I have a 2001 Venture here. Now these go for the SXRs, SRXs, VMAXs, whatnot. Any year from 97 to 2002. These are like pretty much all the same, like components and anything. So like, even though that mine's a Venture and you got a VMAX, let's say it's still gonna work, you know what I mean, type shit. But also, just wanna, I don't think, no, but I got this printed at the end of summer, 60 bucks, right from India. Shout out Canvas Pro, because I'm too cheap to get a taxidermy. I don't want to pay $2,000. 60 bucks, and that's what you can get yourself. So that's pretty sick. Yeah, can't wait for summer too to get back out catching those muskies, yo. But anyways, let's get to the snow machine. So yeah, this is just kind of what the sled looks like without the skid in it. Nothing too exciting here, but I know I didn't record getting it out, but I will record, show you guys how to put a skid in. It's the first time, well, probably my third time doing it. Not on this sled, first time on this sled. So it'll be a little bit of an adventure for sure, but we'll get her in there. Okay, so let's get into the bones here of what's going on with the skid. At first I thought something either broke with my shock, the spring, and this kind of assembly goes kind of like this up here. But then I looked, I said, oh no, it isn't that. You know, what broke, what gave out, they're called rod relay, transfer rod kind of things, and they broke. These are what snapped here. And what these do is they connect from to here in these bushings, and they go up into here. So when they broke off, what happened was since you have no more support, the whole thing would fold, and then this thing would come completely down. So that's what failed there. But so now we have a couple other problems. So all these bearings are good, no noises, they spin nice. These wheels are good too. These wheels up here are good. This wheel, the bearing in here is kind of bad. These ones are good. But on the other side, these ones, hear that? Yeah, that is not good. So took those off, and every bolt on this, including the ones to take out of the tunnel, they're all 14 mils. Very simple, just, you know, take them off. So yeah, I got to get bearings for those for sure. So I found a guy here I'm going to get the bars off of. So I have the bars. I'm going to be picking these up tonight. But the problem is that, you see these bushings? Yeah, these are, that's not good. You're really not supposed to see through a bushing like that. So I got to find out, I don't know, and this is for the main shock bushing that goes in here like that. Completely worn out. So that's the only part I'm having trouble finding are these bushings, because I got bearings. I can go to Royal, get a 10-pack, and these are all the same. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You get a 10-pack. So I might even do like all of the bearings. I don't know, but definitely these two, and probably those because they're easy to get to. But I mean, these, they're still smooth and spin very nice. I'm not worried about that. It's getting these bushings that are, I might have to make my own, like go buy some, you know, plastic tubing. So what I'm going to show you right now while I'm waiting is I'm going to show you how to service these bearings. It's very easy. I've kind of found a trick on my own how to do this. Again, I don't have the proper tools, so I kind of show you the Jimmy way of doing things here. So we'll get to it. Before we get into the bearings too, I think I'm going to want to pick up some new sliders as well, because if we look at the front of the sliders, there's this line here. It's kind of like indented. And then this is all meat. Nice thick slider. But then if you're like, this is completely cooked here and very thin. That line is right at the bottom of the line, and it's totally uneven everywhere. I think it is definitely time for some new sliders for sure. So I know at Royal they got some sliders, so I'm not worried about picking those up. But if you look here, I already took the bearing out of the other wheel, and as you can see, it's not too good either. It's pretty noisy. So I'm going to show you how to take these out. Very simple, not too hard. You want to keep all these parts together too. Put that over there. So you need a little flathead screwdriver, and you got to get these caps off, and all you got to do is just kind of pry them up. You don't want to, if there's snow and water and they're frozen, let them thaw out first. You don't want to crack these things. Take that off. We'll take the back side off too. Now, so this is how, you see, there's a clip in here. You gotta, I don't have, my dad has the tool, but he doesn't have it here. That's why, so I gotta improvise. And the bearing comes out through this way, like you press it out that way. Now it should lift up, but you gotta get this clip out. Now, how I'm doing it, there's a certain tool, you know, it goes two nice little pins, you squeeze it. I'm just using the good old needle nose here. And it took me a little bit. Kind of tricky when you don't have the right tools. I gotta get my screwdriver in there. And now, I gotta lift it out, and that's the thing when you don't have proper tools, you're just monkeying around here. You gotta do what you gotta do. Can't sit around with your hands in your pocket. You got to get out here and start giving her, you know. There we go. So once that's there, you can just kind of, see, she should just pop out now. There we go. So you can take that out. Now once this clip is out, to press it out through this way. And now how I did that, I have this hammer here. They're not super like pressing there. It's not like a wheel bearing for a car. They're not crazy. Like you don't need like a hydraulic press or anything, but you need a little bit of force. And I have this hammer and it fits perfectly in there. And then I just took this rubber mallet, but then it started bottoming out. So what you can do, a couple pieces of wood, so you kind of elevate that bearing, And then boom, you push it out. I hear that. Like, there's a lot of wiggle in there. Toast, completely done. Same size bearing. And pretty sure for all the wheels on your suspension there, except for those two, there's two little ones. I think those are different. So definitely going to get that. But that's all I can do for now. I'm going to have to wait until I get the parts, and then I'll come back and install the bearings, put everything back together. Okay, so I just took the slider off. Yeah, it's pretty bad actually. I'm really glad I took it off. I don't know if you can tell through the video, but you see that? Look how you can see that's paper thin right here. And like you can just see how bad, how like worn down the side is there. It should be this thick. It's just terrible. So glad I took that off. Gotta get those. So I'll show you how to take the sliders off. Perfect. Not stripped. Go ahead and take that out. So how we take the slider out? Flathead screwdriver and a mallet. Put it in here. Get it going. Flathead. We just got to keep whacking her, either with a mallet or something. We have a serious problem here, guys. Look at this. This is already cooked off. I mean, I don't know if you can pick that up. Never had this before. Me completely cooked this. It's not good. I mean, it's no big deal. It's old sled anyway. I don't even know where to find a complete rail. Not really gonna worry about it. But that just shows you what happens when you don't have sliders. But take this off. I just gotta be careful when I put the sliders back on that it goes in nice, right? But it should. It should. It's the next day, and I got the bars here. And the guy who I got it off of gave me the bushings with the bars, so didn't have to worry about that. So I got these bars in check. That's good. I got the two bearings. These are two new bearings, and those are the old ones there. Here's the part number, if anyone's curious. I think there's another number on top. I don't know if this is important too, but there's that number. And then here, these are the old main shock bushings here. They're pretty worn out. And we were just looking at Royal. I was worried about these ones too. I found that there. I was just looking through they had an old bushings bin, and I found the exact ones. I got really lucky. So yeah, I got all this stuff. I got the sliders inside. And so the first thing I think we'll do is go ahead and put the sliders on. That'll be the first job. I got the skid inside because it's easy, super easy to get the sliders on. You want to make sure when you're putting it on, you want your screw hole to, be in front. Just slide those on. There we go. That's on. I gotta watch out for these parts right here. That's where this old slider kind of melted off. But for the most part, it's on here pretty good. There we go. So that's on, sliders are on. Now, am I gonna cut these off? So there's a little bit of overhang here right on these sliders, and we have to, you know, cut these off. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Hacksaw maybe? First slider cut off. I had to take off the back axle there. I'll show you how to get it on. So all I did first, just took a wood saw and I did just a diagonal cut along the back of this. I did that until I reached that line, and then I went from the bottom. And there, that's how to cut a slider. I know good enough isn't, you know, the best term, but that's pretty good, honestly. Like, I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. Taking a closer look. That's pretty good, honestly. Okay, I'll show you how to get this back axle on. First goes your idler wheel. There's a bushing and then a washer, and that goes through. But before, there has to also be, there's a washer behind there that goes like through here. So you gotta put that on, slide that through. Make sure this also goes through this thing. And now we get this short piece goes on. This goes like that, this wheel. And then there's this long chunko. This one goes on. This little spacer goes in there. And then the washer still, that washer is not lined up. It will be now. And then this should be able to. There. Final piece, washer on here. This idler wheel nut. That is good. So, wheel, spacer, there's a washer here. And there's now a washer behind here. Tensioner, little spacer, wheel, big spacer, wheel, little spacer. Remember the washer. There's a washer there, medium spacer, wheel. And that is on. Okay, so before we put the bearings back into the wheels, we want to make sure that like this inner surface is clean. So I already did the other one there, but just take a rag, wipe that down, make sure that's all nice and clean in there. And then too, we want to clean these rings as good as possible too. And then we're gonna have to go to the hydraulic press these bearings in. So this is a little hydraulic press we got in the garage. I'll use this to, you know, evenly put those bearings back into the wheels. I have to lift this up a little bit. As long as not the bearing fits under there nice. But then I want to put a thin piece of wood kind of over top of that bearing, like that. Valves closed. We'll just press that in there nice. I'll release this. I don't think it's pressed in all the way. There, I think that is pressed in nicely. Yeah, so you can see that it's flush with the top surface up there. That spins nice and smooth. It's what we want. The only reason I have the wood on the top is that it gets evenly distributed. Like these bearings are, you know, they are a big deal, but they're not like, you know, a bearing for an F1 car. What I'm still trying to do is do as good of a job if, let's say, I was doing this for something super serious, like, you know, F1 car or something. Super tight, very nice and smooth turning. That's exactly what we want. It's time to get those C clips back in here. Again, I don't have the proper tools, so getting these freaking clips back in here without the proper tools. Like, I'm just trying my hardest to kind of, you know, jimmy it in here. I'm gonna see if I can find a better way. Okay, so I got one of the clips in, and the trick I had, what I did, is I got one end started in there. I got that one end in, and there. So I'm just gonna now push it down. Just, oh, don't come out again. You stay in there, boy. There. Kind of hear that click. My phone actually ran out of storage, and I had to go and clean it out real quick. The clips are in. Not those are in. We can put these back on. Slide these in. Flip it over. This is how to rebuild a bearing. So that's smooth now. That's good. That's what we want. Just gonna put some tools back here. Smaller diameter goes on the outside. Outside's on there. Washer. There we go. How smooth that is. Money. Money, money, money. Take the washer off. That's good. Nice and smooth. Time for the main shock. So we got this. Goes in here. Like that. That fits so good. So this goes in the outer, and then there's a washer that sits like this. Tighten it up to 14. Put the camera at a better angle here. Tighten that later. Come on, man! Jeez. We'll put the rear shock into the mount. Screw that on. Again, these are all 14 mil. Just to let you know. To get these, make sure this arm is up like that, and then we can Last thing we want to do, we want to grease our fitting. That's taking really good grease. Oh yeah, look at it just pissing out of here. Holy. So this that's greased. The angle of this shaft. One underneath here. Yep, I got some grease in there. See all that grease in there? That's in, and then there's one up here, and there's two more here. Holy, look at the water coming out of here. See all that water? Grease is pushing out that water. Big clump of grease is coming out. So that's good. Columns are greased. This main one is greased. The grease is coming out of there like crazy. It's all the bad grease on the cloth there. That one's good. Take that off. The main one there is greased. So as of now, the skid is ready to go back into the machine. I think I'm gonna do that now. Okay, time to put the skid in. Bear with me here, but I gotta get it in, so. Right. Yeah, I'll try to get it in. There, now it slid into place there now. That W arm has to line up with the bolt in there. I'm almost there. Almost. So, if you look in there, oh, focus this. You can kind of see that line up. So I gotta lift it with my hand here, and then I'll slide the bolt in. And that's a 14mm bolt. 14s, you got one there, one here, and one here. And then there's also two, because this is, since it's the Venture and it's got a double seat, they put in two extra. They're actually, the bottom ones are 12s here, just for more support, kind of, because normally this is a double up with the bigger suspension. So that's why they have on both sides these reinforced bars. So this would go up like this, and that's how you would install it, like that. So I need these two 14s. And I'll go grab some extensions and I'll put it in. What I do is I have the extension ready, and then I'm just gonna line it up here, either pulling the whole thing. See, sometimes I have to pull it forward to line that hole up. Then I'm gonna go nice and gentle with it's turning pretty good. So now I'll go get the ratchet. It's pretty much bang on already. It actually went on pretty good. Those are the worrisome bolts. There's a lot, I think, on the SRX skids, since it's a little bit different, the geometry is closer together. You have to actually compress that front shock by putting a strap on there, but in my case I didn't need to, so I kind of got lucky there, which is nice. So now we want to get this in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this machine a little bit here, but without damaging the heat exchangers. Lining up the holes. I got this one in here at the top. So I got to put the phone down. And see, once you have those holes lined up, just put the screws in. You know, you can line it up here, the screwdriver, and then make sure this is on too. And yeah, I'll go in, but I got to put the camera down. Actually, I said the top one was a 14, it's actually a 12. And then we got to tighten the track. And I actually have no idea how to tighten the track. Like, I know how to tighten it, but I heard a rule 2 fingers is like, you know, about an inch gap is what you need. I might do a little bit of research to see what I should do. Also, there's a torque spec for these. I don't know what it is, but I was going to just go for a quick rip, break everything in, and then re-torque everything once the ride is done. But we're going to head over to the other side. Really, I'm going to torque, like I said, torque these all down later. So you're going to have to get this final 14 in here. This is going to be the one, the final bolt. So yeah, this is the final 2 we need. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. So I got it lined up. Just got to put the bolt through. I don't know if the camera picked that up. That was some sick shit. But the bolt I appeared to not lost is here. Look at that. She's going in. Woo-hoo. Now I'm gonna hop over to the other side there. It's in. Just gotta tighten it up. It's tight. So that is that. And I still gotta tighten up the other side. You know, I'm damn proud of myself. I did the shit. Got it in. I just gotta tighten up the track. I'm gonna tighten every bolt now here on this side and the other side. All right, so now that I have all the bolts torqued and tightened down good, it's these little rubber grommets. Have to put these back in. I had these in the house warming up. These are a little tricky to get on sometimes. Now that I got those grommets on, everything's tightened up. You know, 1 inch gap, so that's still quite large of a gap. Tighten that up. Still needs to be that's pretty good. About an inch gap, 2 fingers. We want to line that up on the other side there as best as we can, so we'll go on the other side there. Yeah, I got 2 fingers here, 2 fingers on the other side. Let's just see, you know, if the suspension works overall here. Lower the good old homemade jack. Oh, jeez. I almost just killed myself there. Moment of truth. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really good. That's nice and springy. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's how you do it. Right there. One final thing before we end this off is we have to tighten down the main axle nut here. 19 millimeter. Make sure we get the cotter pin. The little cotter pin goes through here. Peel those around. That's it. I mean, there you go. Got it in. One-man job. I did it. Means you can do it too. I'll say I'm gonna go take it for a little burn now. And yeah. So once again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop a comment. I'll be glad to answer. If you have any issues finding parts, let me know. I know a couple websites that can help you out finding some parts. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. One more thing. Put your dad's tools away.